This week, we chat about New Year's resolutions and why they fail. We talk about exercise-induced asthma and how running may boost brain power. Let's get into it. This episode will be released on New Year's Eve. It's almost the new year.
So, at the beginning of the year, for our 1 year anniversary, are we going to search the jingle bank and try and find some different opener?
Never.
Walter Concrete?
Never. Walter Concrete.
Yeah.
Whatever his name was.
That guy.
Oh, dude. Speaking of that, that's why I brought up the asthma thing, because
Yeah.
since I was been a kid, I've had this, whenever I would shovel, I would start wheezing like a mofo. Just, and obviously I was 15, I was in perfect shape, but I just.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Cardiovascularly, maybe you probably weren't.
But so it
Probably had a weak VO2 max.
Possibly. But I was looking up the symptoms and I found this thing called exercise-induced asthma.
Yeah, that's real.
So we're gonna
Emmy has it.
Yes, we're going to get into that, talk about some New Year's resolutions and why they fail.
Sure.
And then I saw this article about running, boosting brain power. I thought it was kind of silly.
I like it.
Or awesome. So, so New Year's Eve almost 2022.
Can you believe it?
It's crazy.
It's a time just, they say midlife crisis or whatever, and you got half your life ahead of you. But you know what?
Statistically
the back half goes really fucking fast.
Right. And I was talking about, because we're talking about something with my kids, and I can't remember what it was about, but I said, well, that's been a quarter of her life has been this. Mm-hmm. Because for the last 2 years, I don't know, about COVID or something stupid. I'm like, yeah, but her, in her mind, that's a quarter of her life. And the first year of her life, she doesn't remember anything.
Right.
So really, it's almost like a third of her life has been this. Whereas for us, it's been 1/50th or whatever.
Right.
It's such a smaller percentage. And then as you get older, every year is a smaller percentage of your total life.
Right.
So it just snowballs quicker and quicker and quicker. And I feel sad for Betty White, she's going to turn 100 this year.
Right.
I mean,
the days must go by like seconds.
Oh, the last few years have just been, I mean,
Right.
I can't even, it's just crazy how fast it's gone.
I think back to when I was younger and I had planned on going to law school, and then the flood of 97 hit and flushed me out of, pun intended, out of Grand Forks.
Oh, right.
And I never went back. And then a few years down the road, people are like, wow, why don't you go back? And I remember thinking, it's like 3 to 4 years more of school.
Right.
And I'm like, at this age, that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
I was like fucking 31.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, it's just like working out.
You
The
look back,
time
you're
would
like,
have passed either way.
right.
And now you'd have your law degree.
Right.
I don't know if you'd be any happier or not, but
Right. I probably wouldn't be sitting here.
you'd be in a lot more arguments.
Right. Well, I'm good at that.
Yeah. That's the good part about lawyering.
Right. Wake up every day and to do what you're good at. That's
You
what
know-
I would have done.
Completely tangent here. What sucks about being a lawyer is or what I've realized, having dealt with tons of lawyers in my real estate, flipping business, rarely do they ever have a just result. Normally it's
Right.
everybody feels like they lost, and that's kind of a compromise. And so it's never as black and white as when you think I'm going to be a
Exactly.
lawyer, and it's really just a lot of compromise and everybody losing. So
Right.
I don't think now that what I know about lawyers now, I definitely would not be happy, because every case that rarely would I feel like actually
Satisfied.
exactly
Made a difference.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
so
all about-
frustrating.
That's very similar to nutrition coaching,
Oh yeah.
being an attorney. And you know why? Because everyone needs you, but they have Google, so they already think they know everything.
Right.
So for me, it's every nerd that's ever watched a documentary or read an article on food, on nutrition.
And you never know which one they've read. So
Right. And for
position
lawyers,
they're gonna
it's
come
like, dude, I never missed an episode of Night Court. So we're gonna volley ideas back and forth off of each other, and then we're going to figure out this case.
Night court. And then I would do a magic trick. Like Harry. Remember Harry? I think he's dead, by the way.
I do too.
That's crazy. He wasn't that old. He was like young when that show was on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think John Larroquette, is he dead too? Remember, he was
He has to be, right?
the sleazy lawyer guy?
He has to be.
That's crazy, yeah. Man, time flies.
No kidding.
All right, so let me look at this exercise-induced asthma thing here. So, because I'm wheezing like right now from shoveling. I was shoveling earlier.
You sound like you got the...
It's still sticking in.
You sound
here.
like you got the Optimus Prime or whatever.
Omicron. All right. So what is exercise-induced asthma? And I've had this since I was a kid, like I was saying earlier.
You got Fran lung.
Whenever I would shovel, it was cold out. For me, it's when it's cold. I don't get this in the summer, so I don't know. If that's the same thing.
Look at the acronym.
Where is it?
EIB, RIP Rush.
Oh, EIB. Oh, yes. Excellence in broadcasting. Okay, so asthma is a chronic respiratory condition that causes inflammation in the airway. There's inflammation again. Boy, inflammation is responsible for a lot of bad shit.
Right.
Exercise-induced asthma can affect people with or without regular asthma. Exercise-induced asthma makes the bronchial tubes narrow during physical activity, causing symptoms such as wheezing, coughing, and difficulty breathing. I don't have that, thank God. 2018 paper estimates 5 to 20% of the general population have exercise-induced asthma. 20%? That's insane. So 1 out of 5 people, possibly?
1 out of 5, and then how many of those are actually just not in shape?
Right. Well, yeah, because when I was much fatter...
I exercise and I can't breathe. No shit.
Yeah, when I was much fatter, like tying my shoes would also induce asthma.
Well, that's what somebody said... Oh, shit.
Here it says, too, asthma versus fitness.
It might have been Mel, where a long time ago, she's like, I have exercise-induced asthma. And I said, yeah, we all do. If you go hard enough, you're going to get asthma.
Exactly. So it says, okay, asthma versus fitness. Even very physically fit individuals, including those with and without asthma, can have exercise-induced asthma. However, for people starting a new exercise routine, it can be difficult to tell whether the symptoms are due to a lack of fitness or EIB.
Right.
Both conditions cause shortness of breath and difficulty breathing. However, EIB differs from being out of shape in several important ways. For people with asthma, symptoms tend to get worse when they are around other triggers such as allergens. In people with EIB, symptoms continue for 10 to 15 minutes after a workout ends. Okay, so it's got the longer duration after the fact.
Sure.
EIB can cause coughing and wheezing. People with EIB may experience nausea, which is uncommon in those who are just out of shape. I remember watching Pumping Iron and seeing like Arnold talk about barfing all the time.
Oh, people puking CrossFit all the time.
Yeah,
so I'm still trying to figure out what the differences are.
Yeah, so far they're kind of lining up.
EIB can cause coughing and wheezing. So can wind sprints.
Exactly. Right. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know.
I'm not trying to be a science denier, but
no, we didn't learn a lot there. For me, it's cold though. Like when it's just
for everybody.
Cold out, you take
if
a
I go
breath in, you're
sprint
like,
out there,
God.
Then you get that ice cream headache.
Oh God, brutal. So, well, we solved that. I don't know if it's real or not.
Google Fran lung. God dang it, Dubai.
Google who?
My yawns are out of control today.
Google what?
Fran space Lung.
Fran Turkington, yes. Fran lung. Cough, cough. What is Fran lung? I've never heard of that. All right. Do you cough for the rest of the day? Do you ever cough for the rest of the day after exercising? Okay. If you're ever going to completely all out in a workout, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Towards the end of the workout, your throat burns. It feels like you can't breathe, and you vigorously gasp for air. As soon as you finish, you think the workout is over, but for some reason, you can't stop coughing. Huh. Fran lung, exercise-induced pulmonary edema. Aha, the CrossFit community. All right. Okay, they dubbed this host of symptoms Fran lung because the workout Fran is one of the most effective culprits. Oh, is that something where you do a ton of running or what?
No, it's thrusters and pull-ups.
Oh, okay.
But it's for time. As
but
fast
it's
as
super
you can go.
cardio.
Yeah.
Right? Stressing.
It's 90 full reps of 2 different movements, and like the super fit people finish in like 2 to 3 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you're just going balls out.
Yep. So
Okay, yeah.
So we coined it Fran lung, and I get Fran lung from all sorts of different shit, not just doing Fran.
Right.
But I don't think that means I have asthma.
Right. No, it's just that's purely exercise caused. So it's okay. It says essentially the lungs actually fail to keep up with the heart. As the heart begins pumping out blood at a higher rate to the lungs, it also sends it with greater force. The lungs are trying to get oxygen into that blood and keep it moving to the rest of the body, but they can no longer handle the volume and pressure coming in. Because of this, fluid seeps into the lungs themselves. They literally back up. Sounds pleasant, right?
It's not. I carry cough drops in my gym bag just for long.
Okay. This buildup of fluid starts to make you cough, and you can now taste metallic blood.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
God.
the worst. Oh, I taste it all the time.
That sounds horrible. Along with dry throat from breathing.
You've never experienced them?
I'm sure I have. I just didn't know what the hell it was.
My question was going to be, have you ever worked out? I taste that metallic bullshit. It tastes like blood. That's once a week, at least.
Wow. That means you're going hard enough. Along with the dry throat from breathing so hard, you are definitely aware you pushed your physical limits, but you still take pride in having those symptoms. But do you still take pride in having those symptoms now that you know what's really going on? So yeah, then the question is, do you go to that point having known?
I still do,
symptoms,
but I don't. It's infrequent.
or should you stop?
It's infrequent.
Short of that,
right? It's infrequent.
Okay, it says
it doesn't happen all the time.
We strategically program the intensity by guiding the exertion you should put into each workout. You should be able to control your heart and respiration rate in order to build stamina and endurance. You do not reach peak fitness by burning yourself out and causing Fran lung regularly. Fitness is built through sustainable effort day in and day out. So it sounds like to them, you're supposed to go right to that edge.
Yep.
And if you go past it, then you kind of learn where it is and then stay right at it. It's kind of like that. What's that, rhabdo?
Yeah.
Where you're just going balls out and then your muscles are
exploding.
Yeah.
Fran lung is probably more acceptable and expected.
Yeah. Not as common as rhabdo.
In a competition setting.
Right, because then you're supposed to be going balls out. You're not building your fitness up.
Right.
You're just going balls out. Who cares?
Yep.
I just got to win.
Right.
You're not
but if you don't
build
practice, get dealing and managing that threshold or going that far, like you said, that they're suggesting you go right up to the edge.
Yep.
If you don't go over the edge, then you'll never know how to deal with it.
True, and you'll never know what it's like or what got you to that point.
Sure.
So you have to know where that line is.
And if you've
never experienced it, chances are you probably haven't gone hard enough ever.
Right. But if you do, you got to know where your line is.
Yeah.
But that line's constantly moving as you get fitter.
True.
And physically, like medically, biologically,
right.
If you're not accustomed to that feeling, nor is your body at that point. Mm-hmm. So if you do that in a competition but nowhere else, your heart might explode. I don't know.
Right. Well, I'm sure in CrossFit competitions, people have totally passed out, right? It had to have happened.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, it's pretty rare though.
Yeah.
Pretty rare. Not many people. I started talking before I ran it through my head, so I didn't send it to my proofreaders first. So this is going to come out being super fucking obvious, but I'm going to say it anyways.
You got the microphone.
People who go to CrossFit competitions probably have experienced most of that.
Yeah.
Nobody signs up for a competition going, man, never done it. I'll figure it out on the way.
Yeah, right.
I'll wing it.
Yep.
Nobody does that. So that's probably why you don't see the passing out.
Not as much.
Right.
All right. Well, there's that. We solved it. But I learned something new, though. I did not even know what Fran lung was.
Didn't even know what Fran was?
No. I mean, I've probably heard it in passing, but
Sure.
I didn't. I've heard of all the different, WODs and stuff.
But Fran is one of the females.
Okay.
And the reason the founder of CrossFit named them after women, he goes,
I thought it was maybe an acronym. It's not. It's like a person's name.
Yep. They're called the girls.
Oh, okay.
So all the female workouts are just named after girls, and they're all the worst. And somebody once said, Greg, why did you name the women the worst workouts after the women? That's sexist. That's not fair. You're trying to say we're mean? And he said, no. Men think back in your life, and what's the worst pain you've ever felt, and it's probably because a woman left you.
Women induced, right?
So that's why he named them after females.
Yep. Makes sense to me. All right. So now I saw this article about running, boosting brain processing.
You're gonna play right into my. I'm actually gonna email it to you. So,
okay, running may be a useful activity to undertake for better mental health. University of Tsukuba research have found.
Oh yeah, they got a great football team.
It found that only 10 minutes of moderate intensity running increases local blood flow to the various loci in the bilateral prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that plays an important role in controlling mood and executive functions.
Can you repeat the part of the stuff where you said all about the things?
Right. These findings may contribute to the development of a wider range of treatment recommendations to benefit mental health. Oh, you've heard of runner's high, right?
Yeah, I think it's bullshit.
You think that's bullshit?
Yeah. I think it's just hormonal.
Do you think people exaggerate it?
Yeah,
Or,
for sure.
yeah.
Yep.
But I think unless you're, if you just ran for 10 minutes, I mean, you're not going to kill yourself. So most people are going to leave that going, hey, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, runner's high, you have to. I've experienced
Nothing
it.
beats the faster's high, though.
Right. Oh,
3 days
I'm
into
afraid
fast.
to eat. Right. I've experienced runner's high, and it's not really. So if you did weed in high school,
Did not.
or still,
Never done it.
it's not a high. It's not like super euphoric, but it becomes when you're working like at your job, or if you're working on a project at home, or
I've never experienced database administrators high.
no. But have you ever gotten into when you've had hard stuff to do, and you ever gotten into a groove?
Oh, yeah.
Like settled into a groove,
Yep.
and it's like, man, this is just coming easy.
You're like in the zone, as they say.
That's the runner's high.
Okay.
It's like, all right, I've already ran 6 miles and I have 10 more to go, and I'm going to die. And you're like, oh my God, now I feel better than when I started.
Right.
All of a sudden, I feel better now than when I started.
Okay.
You got it kind of settled in, and you're kind of sitting in it,
Right.
and it's just comfortable. That's what I think.
That's
the
what they
highest.
equated it is.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of it. Okay. So
And it's like nothing could stop you.
right.
You could just keep running all day.
Yep. You
But
haven't hit that wall yet.
But if people were to say, "Oh, it's just like being high," they're wrong. They're doing it wrong.
Right.
They're getting high wrong.
Right. Okay, let's see. Running, however, has always played an important role in the well-being of humans. This unique form of and efficiency of human running, which includes the ability to sustain this form of exertion by jogging as opposed to sprinting, and the evolutionary success of humans are closely linked. Okay, so they're like taking it way ancestral. Like just the ability to run is so vital to our survival as a species.
Can't hunt.
Yeah, it makes sense. Or run from
Can't survive. Right.
Run from a saber tooth.
Right.
Yep.
That's why I said on Facebook a long time ago, one of my posts that I got a lot of shit for is, when's the last time you've sprinted?
Right.
Like all out sprinted, like
yeah.
somebody was chasing you.
No.
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, unless you're doing it for exercise purposes, you would never do it.
Even then, is it all out?
Or if it's your kid about to fall off a balcony or something. And
Dude.
that's about the only time you're going to see it.
You just described CrossFit. Be ready for that. The whole premise of CrossFit is for being ready when that kid's hanging.
For that extraordinary ability.
You never know when that's going to happen.
Moment, yeah.
You never know when you're going to go to the sandbar at the lake and your kid's going to be out there drowning, and you have to go save them.
Right.
Can you?
And get all the way back with them.
Do you have that in you?
Right.
And it's like, well, what are the odds? Well, you're going to risk it?
Right. Yeah.
They're not zero.
No, definitely not.
Sorry, that fires me up.
It's weird though, like the human spirit, like that will just kick in. Massive strength, like lifting the car off of your kid. I mean, there's definitely some truth to that.
Right.
But you want to be able to lift a little bit heavier car than the other guy.
Right.
That's
you want to be. Yeah.
Okay, so it says, furthermore, bilateral prefrontal activation had significantly increased after running. Participants reported being in a better mood, This was supported by findings of coincident activations in the prefrontal cortical regions involved in mood regulation. Well, I can pronounce about half of these words properly.
I can attest to all of that.
Yep.
And so can my family, because if I don't work out, they're like, go fucking work out right now.
Right.
Or we're going to kill you.
Yep. Given that many characteristics of the human prefrontal cortex are uniquely human, this study not only sheds light on the present benefits of running, but also the possible role these benefits may have played in the evolutionary past of humans. It's kind of interesting that it's uniquely human. I suppose you don't see, because animals, they only move when they have to because they're trying to conserve energy. So lions, the only time they run is when they're like going for the neck of a gazelle.
Right.
That's it. Otherwise, they're laying around because that means if they have to go find more gazelles if they exert energy.
Right.
So they're just conserving it. They never just run for the heck of it. Or
Right.
to feel good. You know, we're literally doing it.
We talked about that all the time.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about that since episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
We just get food plopped down in front of us.
Yep. Don't have to bite any necks.
But the neck biting lions did that when they were cubs because they had to learn how to do it.
Yep.
So you always see them running and playing.
Oh, true. Yeah. So,
But somewhere along the line, we stopped playing.
Yep. All right. Let's get into our New Year's resolutions here. Not ours, but just a discussion thereof.
Let me do what I have for you first. Because I heard this today and I found it was absolutely fascinating. Maybe it's because I spend a lot of time in this space. So maybe I found it more interesting than some folks will. But
and this episode will drop on New Year's Eve. So
right when you're
here, we are right on the cliff, right on the precipice.
Yep, you're right at the point where you're gonna make a unattainable goal and quit it by Valentine's Day.
Yep.
But not this year.
Nope. This year's different.
So I was listening to Mind Pump, great podcast by the way, and you know what the latest craze in the nutrition space is?
There's so many.
Before and after photos.
Any way to make money that's
and this
somebody's
ties
doing
into this ties into the making money.
Or to capitalize on human hope.
Because how big in my space and then all of the nutrition space, even fitness space too, how huge, this is a rhetorical question, how huge are before and after photos?
Oh yeah.
So
I would say it's the main motivating tool that people have, or proof.
Because when they see the before,
of their success tool.
When they see the before, they're like, I'm that guy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was fat and wanted to get in shape, I would purposely seek out before photos that I looked like.
Right, because then you see what's possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, guess what these sons of bitches are doing?
Well, because I can't think of a more motivating item than that.
No.
Like
and
every
and nothing
Nutrisystem,
more real.
Every Nutrisystem commercial, it's always the guy with holding their pants up here. You know,
but guess what I'm going to do?
Picture.
Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to piss all over that motivation. Because guess what they're doing?
What?
They're paying people. They're going to gyms and paying people tens of thousands of dollars to get fat. Oh. They're already fit, and then they're just flipping the photos.
Oh, so they fatten them up, take the picture, and then
no, they take the picture.
They take
of them
the
buff,
after, and then fatten them up. Oh,
because it's way easier to get fat. So if you were super ripped and someone came to you and said, "Here's $80,000, just get fat for the next 6 months, so we can take some more pictures," then you can lose it all right back.
But boy, though, trying to convince a super fit dude to do that'd be tough though, because
not for $80,000.
It's taking him years.
The super fit dude probably broke ass too.
Wow. I mean, that's like Christian Bale level, right? Like going from the mechanic to like 100 pounds to playing Dick Cheney.
The fit to fat to fit. That guy.
Well, right. That guy. Yep. That guy. Or I think there's actually a YouTube series where what happens is the trainer gets fat just so he's sympathetic to the client. And then it's a documentary like that takes place over like 3 or 4 months or something. And he gains weight, and then what happens is they meet with him, they get their story. Then the trainer goes and gets fat over a few weeks.
Yep.
And then he goes and shows up at the guy's house and be like, "Look, I'm fat too. Let's do this."
Right.
And then he has to fight his way back to in shape again, along with the client.
Right. Yep. But if you listen to him, during interviews and whatnot, Christian
Bale?
No, the trainer guy.
The fit to fat.
The fit to fat. Yeah. He said,
let me pull this guy up.
He said, I'm going to stay. I'm not doing this anymore. It's way too hard to lose it.
Oh, so he didn't want to keep going back and forth.
He said it's way too hard.
Okay.
If you just do images.
Oh, yeah, so there's, Okay, so there's, let me pull up the, so yeah, there's a whole show on A&E.
But now and I always thought that's why people fucking hold up newspapers.
Oh,
So
right.
it's not,
For the proof of the,
when they hold up the newspaper, it's not to prove how long it took. It's
Right.
to prove that the after wasn't the before.
right. Yep. So here's a picture of the dude. So yeah, May, he's fit. By November, he's fat. That did not take that long.
No.
And then November
Way
to May
longer to
again.
get back.
Yeah, I mean, he's, wow. I mean, it's crazy how fast he got fat. Mm-hmm. Drew Manning is his name.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah. Holy shit, look at this.
So,
Week 19.
and then then it occurred to me because you can, and then there was all sorts of other things they were talking about in different, how people are frauds and how before afters are fraudulent.
Well, I've seen ones where they can take the picture the same day and just by sticking their gut out.
They
and
talked about all that.
relaxing and
Yep.
horrible posture and bad lighting and no
Yep.
tanning oil. You can make the same fit person look pretty shitty.
Exactly.
So you
you as a photographer know that.
Yeah, I could take a before and after of a fit person and make them look pretty shitty, and then take a total oiled up, perfect lighting rip shot.
Right. So what I
it's
find
very fakeable.
for sure. So I messaged I put it in my story and I tagged the Mind Pump guys. That's why I've been saying this for a while now. I think the future is in before and after video.
Oh, video.
Not photos.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So
Like
take my
spinning
shirt off
around.
and then watching me grab it.
Yeah.
Grab it.
Relax.
And if the guy's sticking
exhale.
out like this and he grabs it and it's like this,
right.
and there's nothing there to grab,
if it's
it's
just
like
muscle,
you're obviously
yeah.
faking it.
Yep. No, I think that's a good point. Yeah, because
Video and time stamped,
right.
like embedded in the video, like
Right.
like WADproof. There's an app that timestamps it.
Here's the. Where's the?
Look at that one in the middle.
I know.
Jeez.
30 grams, 30,
clearly
30
sticking it
kilograms
out,
on
but-
purpose. Now I'm trying to find this guy here because there's a YouTube series where they take different trainers every episode and then they fatten them up and then they surprise the client, the one I was just telling you about.
Yep.
So I'll try to find that YouTube series and then post that in the show notes because it is pretty interesting because these guys that start out fit and then they fatten up just so they can be empathetic to the client.
Mm-hmm.
They're miserable.
But they hate it.
They're like, oh my God, I'm eating shakes. And
And-
they're just
and
like, oh, this is horrible. I know this is horrible for me.
And then they just want to sleep.
Yeah.
They're sick all the time.
Yeah. Their energy goes away.
Yeah.
And then I think they get checked out by a doctor and it's kind of like that Super Size Me guy. Remember when he ate
Yes.
McDonald's every day?
Yep.
And he's like, my blood work is shit, after like 1 month.
Right.
So they're just miserable the whole time and they just can't wait to like get back at it. The problem with that show is those people were already in shape when they started. So it's so much easier for them to get it back than it is for the fat guy to get truly fit.
Just because the systems and processes are in place.
Yeah, and they've sort of already had that drive and that motivation. They've already proven they can do it.
That's how they're wired.
A lot of people do not have that internal drive.
No.
Just
That's why they're fat.
the sustainability
Yeah.
too, And there's genetic component and all that. Some you get a worse hand. Like I have to try to get fat because my family's just naturally super lean.
Okay.
Everybody in my dad was 118 pounds when he went into basic.
Oh, really?
When he was 18. Yeah, but no muscle tone either. Like my family's just skinny. And I could eat, when I was young, I could eat just about anything and I wouldn't gain. But, obviously that slows down as you get older, but can't read that. I'm too old. It's too dark.
Yes, Mind Pump Justin.
Oh.
Liked your.
Oh,
I
nice.
just tagged him.
Nice. We're famous, bitches.
Come on the podcast.
All right, so let's talk about how this relates to New Year's resolutions. Because basically the problem with all the fraudulent posts and the trickery and everything is they're just going after your money and they're just capitalizing on your hopes.
That's why Mind Pump, they go into that and they say that's why we refuse. We've had so many amazing transformations and we will not share before afters.
Really?
Ever. Nope.
It's too bad because if they're legit ones, I want to see them.
Right.
Because it is a huge motivator.
Absolutely it is.
But I like the video idea. That's a really good idea.
Yep.
Especially, you know, with Instagram and Facebook and every, you know, social media platform, you can do that now.
Okay.
And especially with like a Nutrisystem commercial.
That's another
show video.
It's almost like you hacked into my email today, and you are an IT nerd, and you probably could. Because you just had another, I don't know how you do it, but you just had another perfect segue.
Yes, and we need to have a discussion about your search history.
Anyways, nobody talking about that. What do you mean? I deleted it. That's not how it works.
It's never truly deleted.
As I talk about what I was just about to talk about, and I just squirreled really bad because I completely forgot what I was going
The fraudulent stuff.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Speaking of the segue from the social media to the videos.
Oh, yep.
So you go ahead and look up that email I just sent you because we're being super potpourri random today.
Awesome.
But while he's doing that, I'm going to tell everybody about the Next 40 Nutrition YouTube channel.
Ooh, I saw that, yeah.
So, yeah, just started that. So look for more to come. And then what Josh is pulling up
Do you want me to
right
bring
now.
this up?
Yeah. Josh is pulling up my experiment for January. So now for all of the Captain Obviouses out there, when they look at this and say, it's not January yet. I know. They're examples. Calm down. So here's what I'm going to do. Every single day in the month of January, I'm going to do 45 minutes plus of zone 2.
Right.
I'm going to record. I'm going to do I'm going to run, bike, or row. But like today, I've been practicing it a little bit the last few days. And 3 days in a row now I've ran. And I feel fine. I'd run again today. But in the event that I get sore or I just don't want to fucking run again. I left that bike row option there.
Right.
But I'm going to try and make most of it running.
Right.
For 45 minutes, I'm going to test my resting post warm-up heart rate.
Right. Not cold.
Right. I'm sorry. That's the next column. My actual resting heart rate is the first column.
Okay,
the
so
next,
before you do anything.
Before I do any, yep.
And then after warm up.
And then after HR start is after I've warmed up. Heart rate finish is right when I hit 45 minutes and I hit beep on my watch.
Right.
What's my heart rate? And then the average is I'll pull from Garmin. RPE is how did I feel?
Yeah.
Like on a RPE.
Perceived exertion.
Rate of perceived exertion.
Yep.
So on that day, I felt like I just given
Is that
it
out of
5.
10?
Yep.
Okay.
So it might be 9. Anyways, watts is power output on the bike.
Okay.
So I wanted to keep track of that. And then distance is
Gives you another data point.
Yeah, and distance is self-explanatory.
Yep.
My goal is to test the theory that suggests the Zone 2 protocol or the Mataphone, Dr. Phil Mataphone. I think that's how you say his last name. But it's called the MAF, the MAF method. Mm-hmm. And that's essentially you pick a very, very, very low aerobic threshold, and then you do it for at least 45 minutes plus a lot.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this because I've talked about it. It's the same thing as the Zone 2 protocol.
Yep.
Same exact thing as Zone 2 protocol.
And what's the end goal? What is that going to accomplish?
My end goal is at the bottom, at the 31 days of January, I'm going to see what happens to those averages.
It's that heart rate average. You want to see that drop.
Right. Or go up, stay the same,
But go
and then
distance.
distances go up.
Okay, right. So you're accomplishing more with less effort.
Correct.
Okay. Which is being more fit.
Right. So I'm going to see.
I like it.
Yep.
So that's kind of a resolution, right?
Sort of, yeah.
So let's talk about why people do these, why they feel the need to do these, and why they fail.
They feel the need to do. Why they do them is because they can wait until January. They don't have to start today.
That's a good point. That's a really good point, actually, because if let's say it's July, tell you what,
7 months from now,
first thing,
you guys fucking watch out.
oh, look out. January 1, I'm hitting the gym, bitch.
Honey, those burgers done.
It gives them 7 months to delay. I'm doing that, and then it's way out in the distance.
And I've full disclosure, I've been guilty of this.
Oh, everyone is.
And unintentionally, but I've been guilty of this. I don't think it's for some people in the social media world that we live in right now. I think some of it is a mixture of New Year's, you watch it. I'm going to start my program, and by next summer, I'm going to be 8% and buff as shit. And it's July, like you said. Yeah. They have all the way till January.
Right.
I think that's enough time for people to forget.
That's true too. Yeah, exactly.
Say whatever you want in July that you're going to do in January.
Yeah, nobody's going to hold you to it.
Nope. That's the problem.
Well, and that is the problem is why, well, number one, what is the underlying reason why people want to get in shape, right?
Because they hate their bodies.
Well, that's the main thing.
It's self-loathing.
You have to look at that underlying reason. If it's for the public or, just how they appear to others,
weak.
That kind of stuff, that's not going to last.
Nope.
And if that's the reason they're doing it, and then they go get that gym membership, we've talked about this a bunch, that Planet Fitness and all those places love this shit. Because then they just get people signing up, automatic debiting out of their accounts, and then they come for 2 weeks, and then by Valentine's Day, it's back down to manageable levels in the gym, and it's basically empty.
The Purple Palaces their New Year's plan, I suppose we can look it up, but I think I saw it was $0 sign-up, $0 sign-up, $10 a month. $0 sign-up, $10 a month. That person,
$1 down, $10 a month.
I thought it was 0. I thought I heard 0. $1 down, $10 a month. So they're going to pay $120 a year
to never go. and I pay 30% more a month at CrossFit than they will all year. Yep.
To go there.
Exactly. The black card. Ooh, that's for the real serious people.
Startup fees.
$10 a month. They just want a zillion people to sign up for this and then get it auto debited and then never show up.
So look what you get.
Startup fee, $1.
Look what you get.
$10. Annual fee, $39.
Oh, there they get them. So look at what comes with it. Bring a guest anytime. Use of hydro massage.
Oh, that's the black one. That's $22.99.
It says classic.
Oh, for this?
Yeah.
Oh, well, but they don't get those.
Oh.
See, only the checked ones.
Oh, I see.
So they're just showing you what you miss out on if you don't pay the $22.99.
Gotcha.
But they don't care because all they want is that $10 and for you to never walk in the door.
Right. Because if you pay the $30, you're probably going to use it.
Might.
So we have to charge you for wear and tear.
Right. Yeah, because if you're going to actually be in there using this stuff, we got to get reimbursed. Wow. It's a good business model. I got to say that.
It is.
I mean, they know.
But they're not changing anybody's lives, but they don't need to.
No, they don't need to. They're just, their whole goal is to make a profit. Doesn't matter how they do it.
And they won. We've always used this term in business, and they won the race. Exactly. Race to the bottom.
Right.
They won.
Yeah.
Because that's the bottom.
What do you think? Whatever you think of them, they're successful as a business.
You'd have to think so. Otherwise, they wouldn't be around.
Exactly.
Although there are 5 times as many CrossFit gyms as there are Planet Fitnesses.
I mean, right. But I'm sure if you ask the CEO of Planet Fitness, how we doing? We're like, thumbs up, bro.
Oh, for sure.
And we're about to have a good month.
Yeah.
He's looking at his chops.
He's looking at his chops because of the calendar. And the topic of this show is the resolutioners.
Right. So getting back to why people do this.
Yeah, let's get into the psyche.
So they want to, in this world, like I said, of social media and everything else, and all this external pressure, rarely is the motivation internal. So I think that's responsible for a wide swath of the people that do this and then fail. because they're just doing it because of what others might think of them, and then that's not sustainable. There's no way that's going to last. You have to have like a deep, like you said, self-loathing, or like you talk to yourself like you're a loser and stuff. You got to have some of that going on, or you just finally reach the tipping point where you're just sick of it, and just like anything, are you willing to actually stick to it? So let's look into this, how fitness fits into these New Year's resolutions here. So it said a survey showed that 44% of American adults said they were likely to make a New Year's resolution. Of those, a staggering 13% set out with the intention of exercising, making it the most popular resolution in the United States. That's not all. The third and fourth most common resolutions were weight loss and healthier eating. So it's really all kind of wrapped up into one.
Yeah.
I mean, the top 3 or 4 are all fitness and nutrition related.
And you think about it, you get through the holiday, you get through Thanksgiving, Halloween's candy, you get through Thanksgiving, you get through Christmas and New Year's, which is part booze and food and cookies and
yep, everything.
You're through all that. Now you got kind of a clear sailing unless you're really into Valentine's Day.
The excuses are gone.
They are. I mean, you really don't have anything big looming until Memorial Day.
Right.
And that's really not that big of a deal.
You forgot about the weekend. You need to drink beer and eat pizza, goddammit.
I got 6 days before I have to really worry about the temptation.
And here's what we just said. Okay, this is fantastic news for the fitness industry. Most fitness entrepreneurs start out to help people reach new fitness goals and lead happy, healthier lives. And as gym memberships begin soaring, January is your time to shine. But as you're probably aware, people's intentions and people's actions don't always align. As the new year marches on, fitness goals can quickly fall by the wayside, and it's the same every year. Yep, so it says, if you prepare with some killer strategies, your gym doesn't need to be quiet at any time of the year. So let's look at some essential New Year's resolution statistics and highlight how you can get ready for the influx of ambitious new members. So this must be for like a gym owner, this article. So it says 80% of new members will quit within 5 months.
That's unreal.
That's tough as you're a gym owner you have to just have that constant influx of people.
And that's why there's contracts.
Well, right. Because they know if you're going to quit in 5 months, they at least got to get you for a year. Right. So then you got to pay for 7 extra that you wouldn't have.
Right.
So they got to get that year out of you. So it says research suggests 80% of January gym joiners quit within 5 months. That's an interesting stat. I wonder if people that join in July are a lot stickier, right?
For sure.
They got to be, right?
Yep.
Because it's not just a fleeting resolution
and it's warm out.
Right.
I go to the gym year round. I have for a decade and a half.
Yep.
But guess what? I don't even want to go when it's cold out.
Right. Yeah, finding that motivation is tough. Okay, it says, as a studio owner, that means you'll be missing out on a huge chunk of revenue over the latter half of the year. That's not good, especially when you consider that it costs 5 times as much to acquire a new member as it does to retain an existing one. Just think about that for a second.
It's just like you hire employees.
Yeah, you're right. By the time you get all the training and they actually get to the point where they're productive, how far in are you? How much money in are you? The average gym membership in the United States sits at $58 a month. In real terms, that's an extra $348 per lapsed client that you've missed out on by December. Yeah,
this is clearly written.
Yeah, this is written for a gym owner.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting to see it from that perspective, though. Yep. So they have a vested interest in making you stay.
Yep.
So they're that's kind of, we can flip it to from the client view what that means.
That's why if you go to a traditional financing or even like angel investors, an investment group, and you say the word gym, they'll just throw you out.
Right. It's so tough of an industry. Yeah. Okay, so it says group fitness can slash your churn rate by 50%. So that's interesting. So because of that, tribal thing.
That's the community.
And people want to be part of a community and they show up and, hey, it's time for that spin class or whatever.
It's like I have 5 o'clock CrossFit.
Yep.
And I know exactly who's going to be in that class.
And is that a motivator for you to show up? Because they're going to if you're not there, they're going to be, where the fuck's Dewey?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works. Mm-hmm. It really works. And
plus you legitimately enjoy their company.
Right.
I'm not sure you, but
that's
you
fair.
enjoy them.
That's fair. There's that. And then at our CrossFit gym.
If you're there long enough, you get to really know them too. I mean,
exactly.
If you're there
really
for
know
years.
them. Yep.
Yeah.
And at our gym now, we get, like when I wasn't feeling well a while back and I missed like 3 or 4 days,
Right.
I got a message. Where you been?
Right. That accountability.
Yep. So it's brilliant twofold. And it is, hey, you're not going to tell me we weren't recording, are you?
No, it was a Windows.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Dumb Windows. Barking at me.
It's twofold. Most people get, I got the flu and I haven't been in the gym, and all of a sudden their phone dings like your computer just did.
Yep.
Bing. Oh, an email. Oh, it's my CrossFit coach. He's asking, well, where you been?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I haven't been feeling well, but I'm going to be in there tomorrow. And then what do they say? Later, they're like, I got to go. I got to go. I got to get in there. And then they go to work and they say, you know what? CrossFit's so awesome. I was sick in the gym. The coach reached out to me and said, hey, your fitness is taking a hit. We got to get you in here.
Right.
And that's that accountability. And they're so interested in my success. Are they? Or are they aware of the metrics that says if it's the longer it goes, the more apt they're not ever to
It
come
can be
back?
both, though, can it?
Yeah, I think it can.
I mean, because,
Yeah.
they don't have to necessarily be a mustache twirling evil person with a monocle.
Right,
You
right.
know, they can still be, those interests can be aligned.
Absolutely. It's almost to the point where it's barely even a Venn diagram, where it's
Right, it's
almost
just
just,
a circle,
one
yeah.
circle. Right,
Yeah, because, okay, yes, it means they'll make more money if you keep coming,
right.
but they also want people to do well because
For
then
sure.
you're reviewing them well and you're,
And
you're a good
where,
example.
And where the two differentiate, because Planet Fitness, if you don't buzz your little key fob and they send you an automated generic email that says, hey, we haven't seen you in a while, they don't give a fuck.
no,
That's just nobody even sent that.
that was just completely
That's just
automated.
MailChimp. Just sending.
Well, and you can tell because like your average Planet Fitness, which is normally huge, has how many people working in it at one time, like a couple.
Yeah, two.
And then a CrossFit gym, which is a much smaller place,
Yep.
has way more people. The ratio is way
Right.
better for the client. Because Planet Fitness is really just just making sure nobody's burning the place down. That's all they're there for.
Right.
They're not training you.
Right. And
Just
to
access
prove
to machines
to
is
prove
all it
your
is.
point, it can be both, and it is both. Is the coach, if you're gone for a week, the coach reaches out to you and says, "Hey, Josh, I haven't seen you in a week. Where you been?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be back on Monday. Okay, sounds great." And then when that guy sees you in class, before class warming up or whatever, he goes, "Hey, how's that clean and jerk coming?
Right.
How are those pull-ups coming?"
Yeah.
He just it's okay. Check the boxes. Check. Josh has been here. Check. Josh has been here at least 4 times a week now. Check. Okay. Now, what are the other things on Josh's list of why he said he joined CrossFit? He wanted to get 12 unbroken pull-ups. He wanted to get a 300-pound clean and jerk.
So yeah, they're constantly
constantly
pushing you towards your goals.
yeah, and aware of them.
Right.
And when they see you in class, they'll come up and they'll go, I think you should do these pull-ups strict instead of kipping.
Right.
Because if I remember right, your goal is, strict pull-ups. So let's focus on what your goal is. And then they'll kind of customize the class a little bit just for you.
A lot more individualized attention.
Yeah. So
That's got to help with retention.
Oh, for sure.
And
to prove your point, so yes, it can be both. But I do think that's part of it, of why they stay on top of people.
Yeah, definitely. So, how do you maintain that? Just for we've seen it kind of from the gym owner perspective, some of this article is targeted towards that. Now, as the person who's taken this resolution, how can you stick with it come February, March?
You have to, and I tell people this every January. Your why has to be stronger than your quit. That's it. It's nothing secret.
Right.
Your why has to be stronger than your quit.
And I've been through this many times, like especially since I work out at home, so I have nobody checking on me.
Right.
Nobody's calling. Where you been? So for me, what I have to hang on to.
Last night that was NF in the universe, because I was tired and cranky and grumpy and NF, the rapper, he came on, and the name of the song was No Excuses. And I went, fine, I'll go to the gym, universe.
Right. Okay, like, so what I do is I put on my calendar, right? It says day 2.
Oh, okay.
Day 2, day 1. So that's my different workouts I do, and I have them 8 o'clock every night with a reminder at 7:50 to go off, right? And when that goes off, a lot of the times I'm like, you're just like, I don't want it, right? But then what I cling on to is I've never finished a workout and went, that sucked.
Yeah.
I always, literally always,
done that.
I've never ever once said, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Mm-hmm. No matter how, I didn't get Fran lung or anything, but no matter how like sore I was or how much it sucked, I'd never have said, I wish I would have done that.
Right.
So I have to, and you have to put yourself through enough of them where you can predict that ahead of time so that okay, I'm feeling this laziness and I want to get up off the couch or whatever you're at. But I know just the repetition at the end, I'm going to feel better. So,
well,
that's all. For me, that's all. That's enough.
Why isn't it a given? You know what I mean? Why isn't it?
Well, because you always say this, you want to do hard things, right? Well, they're hard by definition, so that's not pleasant at the time.
Sure, but
people run away from pain.
And that's the point I'm getting at is why? So let's dumb it down and make it less painful. But have you ever went to the dentist and said, sorry, doc, teeth look like shit, but I've been so busy. I haven't had time to brush my teeth. And then the other day I got home from work and I was so tired.
I have said that about flossing.
I was so tired. I didn't want to go to bed. So I just didn't brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, no, you just kind of figure out a way to muddle through and just get it done.
You just do it. But brushing your teeth is not an hour of, this sucks. I can barely get, it's not painful.
No, but you're still making time.
Yeah, you're doing it. But I think it's because the very nature of working out is pain that you're running towards. And human nature wants to run towards pleasure, run away from pain.
Right.
So, you do have to overcome that human nature of that's going to suck.
You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Exactly. And, I think that takes people a long time, and you have to work out enough times where at the end you go, hey, that was, I feel better.
Or they don't have it.
That's true.
Some people just don't have that. They learn to love it.
Yeah. Or even the ability to suffer through it.
Speaking of NF, there's another line in that same NF song, the rap song, where he says, I don't do drugs, but I'm addicted to the pain.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It can be said.
Some people get off on it.
Especially CrossFitters can be said that we're rechanneling something that's bad for us into something that's good for us. It's still sadistic. We're still addicts.
Right.
But we've just shifted our addiction.
Right. Channeled it to something productive instead of destructive.
Right.
Oh, I think that's totally true. But yeah, I mean, I think there is a segment of the population that just is never going to have it.
No, they're just soft.
Yeah, they're just never going to enter a gym. They're never going to care. They're never going to work out at home or anywhere else.
Those will never be the people.
Fine with that.
Those are the people who will never run towards gunfire.
Right. Well, that'd be the one time they do run is away.
Away, yeah. Right. Never towards.
Speaking of sprinting, right?
Right.
That'll be when they do it. But, back to the no excuses thing. I was thinking about, there's always, the gym's not open. Don't have the right equipment. I don't have a membership, blah, blah, blah. That's all bullshit, right? I mean, if it was a fitness challenge, could you take somebody and they were like, I don't have any machines. I don't have any dumbbells. Could you just go, I don't give a shit. I'm going to make you fit. Could you do it?
If they listen to every word I said, I could make you fit in your home and outside when it gets nice out. Mm-hmm. I can make you fit at home, no equipment.
Yep.
No equipment. And I will guarantee you that alternating every 2 to 3 weeks, we'll never do the same workout twice.
Right. So I just want to remove that as a barrier, as an excuse for people. Like, I don't have the right equipment. I don't have enough money for a gym membership.
Yep.
If you just, as simple as, simple-minded as I am and as lack of, fitness knowledge as I have, if I was to tell somebody, before you get in the shower every morning, do as many push-ups as you can, and then go, and then with the goal of every week that number needs to be higher.
But the person who says, here's what happens, because I have this conversation every day, 365 days a year. That's the curse of being in this space, is you've heard them all. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you exactly how that conversation is going to go without even hearing you have that hypothetical conversation. That never happened. You don't need equipment. Here's what you need to do. You need to wake up every morning and do push-ups. I don't like push-ups. No, I just don't like them. What else you got? And they're just going to fucking keep shooting it down until you quit. Until you quit on them.
They're just like, pull with your dumb idea.
For sure.
And then shoot it out of the sky.
For sure. And then they'll quit. And like I said, and then they'll just henpeck you until you go, fuck it, fine, forget it, just be fat.
I gotta read you one because I give my buddy shit because every time I get another chin up, I message him. So I got up to 27 the other day, and then
please tell me you end the text with "where you at."
No, I just say 27 chin ups. That's what I said. And he goes, "Excellent. I've been trying, but must not be pushing myself enough. I've seen little progress." That's kind of a,
So jump up and just lower yourself down. You'll eventually have some.
Yeah, I mean, you literally, there's nobody out there that can't do a push up or half a chin up, whatever. I mean, and you don't even need a chin up bar. I mean, you can just start with push ups.
Do them on a dining room
push-ups,
table.
air squats.
Do them on a dining room table and just lean, just elevated push-ups.
Just with push-ups and just even air squats, and then just grab something and then if you need to get up and wait.
Not even air squats.
So easy.
Not even air squats. Everyone has a kitchen chair, dining room chair, right?
Right.
Sit down under the chair and stand up without using your hands.
Yeah, do that 100 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And it doesn't take that much time. For people to max out on push-ups, I mean, it takes like a minute.
Max out on burpees.
Oh, right. Exactly. Burpees. Yeah, perfect. I mean, you don't need any of this stuff. There's no excuse.
Do 100. Okay, here's your workout for today.
Here's some planks.
100 workouts, and 100 burpees.
100 burpees.
Can't stop till you're done.
Planks, push-ups. And it says of countless varieties, including bent knee, incline, and decline.
Right.
I like that one where she was up on the stairs. She put her feet up on like the third step, and then so that's like a decline push-up.
Yeah,
that's a good idea
they're
too.
Easier.
Right. Well, and it just works the muscle from a different angle.
Yep.
Which is good too. So then you don't have to just do the same old push-ups and work the same area of the muscle.
Right.
Curl ups. Well, I don't even know what that is. What's a curl up?
Depends on which way you do it.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I've never
curl
heard
up
that one.
Usually like a candlestick.
Squats, lunges. Lunges are brutal.
Oh, just do lunges. If it's warm out, do lunges to the mailbox.
Right. Bear crawls. Ooh, yeah.
Those are brutal too.
What's a glute bridge? I don't even know what that is.
Glute bridge is when you lay on your back with your feet up, kind of bent, and then you just thrust your hips into the air. So, so if I'm laying flat on my back, hands by my side, legs bent, I will just go until everything's flat, and then you just hold it there.
Okay.
And it works your posterior chain, your glutes and your hammies.
So like
and your hip flexors.
Another thing is when people travel, right? They're in hotel rooms and stuff. They don't, they can't get to their gym. They don't have their home equipment. Do burpees, do pull-ups, do planks, or push-ups, all that stuff. It's so easy.
This is going to sound
There's
pathetic.
no excuse.
This will sound pathetic, but I used to travel a lot for work, but I was still conscientious of my
That's good.
of my fitness, but I'd still like go out with the boys and have some beers.
Yeah.
There's times when I'd do like 100 burpees in my hotel room, shit faced.
Time to work off that beer I just drank.
I wasn't gonna skip.
Right.
I didn't care how effective it was.
Right.
I just was gonna just do it.
Well, and it's still effective. Even
for
if
sure
you drank your ass off, you're still getting the fitness side check. You're checking the box on the fitness side, even if you destroyed the nutrition side.
Right.
Why not?
I mean, that was rare, but it just went to, I'm not skipping. I mean, I had this plan to do these burpees in my hotel room tonight. I didn't plan on the beer, but why can't I still do them? Where does it say that, exactly. I went out, so can't work out?
Right.
Why?
Right. All the more reason to stick to it.
Right. I mean, I could play softball and drink 6 beers and still play another game. Why can't I do some burpees?
Exactly. Yep. So really, CrossFit gyms, Planet Fitness, My Home Gym, All that is nice, but not necessary. You can just be yourself anywhere.
And if you go
get in shape.
and if you go to CrossFit.com, they have the WOD, which is the workout of the day.
Right.
The workout of the day on CrossFit.com is on the homepage every day, except on rest day, which I think is Wednesday or Thursday. I forget what they call it. Oh, it had WOD. You didn't have to do it. So scroll down or accept the cookies. Right away. What's the first thing you see? Workout of the day.
Workout of the day. 4 rounds for time.
What is it?
400 meters, 30 hip extensions. Post time to comments.
Hip extension, same thing as and then it goes down. And keep scrolling down, but we might have to look at it. No, hold on. No, too far. You have to go back up. There is always a home version. So if you scroll down, click on View More. But my point is, you can go to CrossFit.com every day,
right,
and
find if you need some variety,
right,
or some
and
ideas.
There's free. You can do CrossFit for free. You don't have to join a gym,
right?
You can have your own equipment, and you can go to CrossFit.com. WOD, it's right on the homepage. The first thing you'll see, right there, beginner option, 4 rounds of time, run 200 meters with 15 PVC good mornings.
What the hell's that?
Good morning is put the PVC pipe or a broomstick. You don't need an actual PVC pipe. Put it on your back and then just bend over like you're stretching your hamstrings.
Oh, okay. So just bend at the waist and back up.
Yep. Do 15 of those and then run it.
Right. So that's like no equipment required.
Yeah.
Freaking broom handle.
And that's always one of the options for the CrossFit workout of the day.
Yep.
So no equipment, no money. If you got internet, type in CrossFit.com. There's what you're doing today.
Exactly. Damn, Omicron.
You got the Optimus Prime.
I have podcast induced asthma. I can't make myself laugh.
Fran lung.
I have pod lung. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. We've gone an hour. What's your resolution, baby? Let's hear them.
Mine is not lofty, not sexy, not exciting, but really, 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 really difficult for me. Mm-hmm. And that is, I won't get into the weeds of the specific metrics of my goals, but 2022 is going to be the year of mobility.
Dun, dun, dun. I like it.
Mobility, mobility, mobility.
I hope to be able to tie my own shoes someday.
Right.
That's flexibility. Oh my God.
I'm actually going to yoga tonight.
Yoga.
Yeah.
That's how Madonna got all ripped, right?
No, she probably should or cocaine.
I think she
never ate.
Talk about Pilates a lot, but for a while there, she had like super jacked arms.
Yeah.
She was like all veiny and yeah.
I'm going to that's my goal is to be sitting in this chair next year being significantly more mobile and flexible.
I like it. It's a good one.
Because it's part of longevity. It's equal part of longevity is being strong.
Yep.
And I've ignored it for the better part of I've ignored it for my whole life.
Yeah,
what's yours?
A lot of strong dudes they just want to be able to lift heavy shit, but they don't care if they can pirouette around and
they can't get
and touch their toes
or be the guy at Hornbachers who couldn't get his keys.
Right.
Nice biceps, dude, but let me grab those for you.
Yep. Mine is leanness.
Leanness?
Yes. I got it.
Regular leanness? Just every day?
I want to see abs again since I haven't seen abs since I was probably 18.
You want to see abs and So what I'm hearing is you want to see abs, and then you just want that to be the space where Josh lives.
Yep.
Abs are just who Josh is. Not like, I achieved it, here's the finish line.
Right, no, and then immediately regress.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I want to hang out in that range instead of up where I'm at.
Right. Yeah, make it the new range.
Yeah, if I, what's it called? If I yo-yo a little bit, I want to be down here instead of yo-yoing at 25% to 30. I want to yo-yo at 10 to 15.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah. And then maybe 8 when it's time to go to Zorba's.
When it's time for the shoot, the photo
Right,
shoot.
right,
It's time for my before, my fake after shot or whatever. Before I balloon up again to take the before shot.
Right.
Exactly. All right, we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. So let us know your resolutions, and what we should do is check back in like July and see or actually like March 1st, how many of you are still doing them, still doing your resolution. That'd be interesting.
See, that right there is why nobody will tell us what they are. Nobody's willing to go public. Mm-hmm. Like I posted on Facebook this week. I said, want to make your life significantly better? Pick something physically hard that scares the shit out of you. And then, like I said, in the comments, tell us what that is. People have shit they're thinking about it and they haven't picked up, but they're not going to fucking go public. No way.
Declaring it is
now it is written.
Planting your flag.
It is written.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's scary.
It's amazing. Like you said last week, that time's going to pass no matter what. And even if you didn't hit that goal, you could have made a lot of progress towards it, regardless. So even if it's a crazy goal,
but set realistic goals.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I say do something scary, I mean, I sign up.
Right.
Plop your money.
Agree to go to somewhere.
Plop your $100 down and sign up for the Fargo Marathon.
Right.
Just do it.
Yeah, or join CrossFit or something.
Yeah, just sign up.
Yeah, get moving, get somewhere.
Yeah, and do something that scares you. There's a really good chance you're not going to achieve anything. That's the sad reality.
We know that's the vast majority.
But
why not be the 5% that does?
Enjoy the ride.
Yep.
Enjoy the progress in the ride and the process, and just have fun with it.
The time's going to pass either way, like we always say.
Yep.
Where do you want to be? All right, guys. Send emails to info@fitandfurious.com. Make sure you watch on YouTube. Check us out anywhere audio podcasts are found. Please subscribe, rate, review, and share. Support the show at furiousmerch.com for t-shirts, and we will see you next year.
Ooh, good twist.